So I just had a kid come up to me and ask me, how do I get my quads big like yours? And I answered his question by asking him 3 questions. And obviously the questions that I asked him reveal the answer to his question. And the 3rd question I ask is the most important. But the first question I asked him is, how often do you train your quads? Because if you have a lagging muscle group that you're trying to bring up, you need to get better at training it, number 1. So this isn't about volume and frequency necessarily, although obviously the volume and frequency is going to help. But if you have a lagging muscle group you're trying to bring up, you have to be training it at least twice per week, okay? Now, how often you train the muscle is gonna depend on what muscle it is, right? So for quads, definitely 2 times per week, and 3 can be a bit much, but maybe 3 will be helpful for a short period of time. For example, when my quads really blew up, I was doing heavy ass barbell squats 3 times per week while doing the GOMAD diet, which is another story. But that month is the month where I put the most size on my quads. So that's number 1. If you want to bring up a lagging muscle group, train it more than 1 time per week. Number 2, I asked him, when you do your squat pattern movements, does your hamstring smush into your calf? Do you squat all the way ass to grass every rep? And this applies to basically every other exercise as well. But if you want to grow a muscle, you have to be training it through the full range of motion, especially that full loaded stretch. Now, he was a taller guy, so obviously with barbell squats, he might not be able to get to that point where his calf is smushing into his hamstring, but we work out at the same gym, so I know he has access to a linear hack squat and a pendulum squat and a good leg press, all 3 of which, doesn't matter how tall you are, you can get your calf to smush into your hamstring. And then the last question I asked him, which reveals the most important answer to growing your quads or any body part, is how much are you eating and are you weighing and measuring all your food? If you are trying to build muscle and you are not weighing and measuring all your food, whether you're tracking macros or following a meal plan, which a meal plan is going to be better because it's more simple and consistent, then you can kiss any chance of building muscle goodbye. If you've been following me for a while, you've probably heard my construction analogy, but assuming that you can grow muscle without eating in a calorie surplus and making sure you're doing so by tracking and measuring all your food is like expecting a crew of construction workers to be able to build a building without any materials.